What is going on, everybody? Lukey Boy here. In today's video, I am going to be telling you how not to get scammed the way I did yesterday. Very, very easy and simple. But yes, yesterday I got scammed for 0.3 Ethereum, about £771 as of the time of that scam. So I'm going to go over what happened. I've got some pictures as well and that kind of thing that I screenshotted before they started deleting off the stuff, just to show you basically as much as I can, so you hopefully don't get scammed. But the problem is, the longer you're doing this, the higher chance there is that you'll get scammed, because there's gonna be something new that you just don't foresee. Doesn't matter how much understanding you do it. Basically, it's the same with Amazon. You know, you can protect yourself by learning all the things that are red flags for products and stuff, but there's red flags that appear, you know, like for example, more recently in the last sort of 6 months or a year, people are creating on Amazon creating a product or an ASIN page and all that kind of thing. Basically, they're starting a listing, but they're naming it under their own brand, and then they're putting IP violations for, like, you know, Smarties because it's under the brand is actually registered as them, and then they're giving an IP. Very similar to that. It's like, you know, things come up over time which you can't do. You can try to avoid. You might get scammed, but in the long run, you know, if you are disciplined and you know what you're doing, those scams will, you know, be like returns 5% of everything. And so it's kind of like, okay, that's going to happen probably. Like I think when I had my first one yesterday, I was like, oh yes, finally I've had my first scam. Because one is good, because I'm like, you know, even I can get scammed. The great Luke, that's how I see it. I'm like, in my head I was like, I'm never going to get scammed, because, like, you know, all of the things that I saw were like quite obvious. When people had been scammed, I'm like, well, yeah, like that's pretty obvious. And there was many like unusual things about it. But what I actually did is I was like, right, ultimately this is what happened. This is why I actually did it, and didn't think, no, I won't do it. It was this. I had 2 of these. I got 3 now by accident, but that's a completely different thing. I can talk about, well, just so you know quickly, if you put a bid in down here for product, for like a wrap teeth bid for something, I put 2 bids. I put 0.28 and 0.26, and I won. Someone bought the 0.28. Cool. No fees for me, yeah? So when you know, I mentioned before about wrap teeth in the 0.5 to 2 ETH challenge. So there's no fees for me, so it saves me paying extra fees and money. But I also had another bid down somewhere, wherever it was, yeah? But what happened is I ran out of wrap teeth. I ran out, and so the bid kind of like disappears, because I haven't got enough to fulfill that. But I actually wanted to buy something else with wrap teeth, so I converted my ETH to wrap teeth and then put some bids in on another project. And because I then had my balance on my wrap teeth was high enough, it could then fulfill the second wrap teeth offer that I put in the other day, maybe 2 days ago. So I kind of forgot that I even had it there, because if you even went and looked, you wouldn't see it, because I haven't got enough funds for someone to go ahead and you know, accepts a price, for example. And so I was like, he said, you have bought one. I was like, what? Why have I bought one? And I was like, oh crap, I put 2 bids in, didn't I, the other day, obviously, because I wanted one. I thought 0.26 was maybe a bit low, so I was happy to pay 0.28 because it's not that much more. But obviously to cancel, you have to pay gas. So I left it, and then obviously it disappeared when I had no more wrap teeth left, and then it reappeared later on when I converted to wrap teeth. That's something that I've not come across, because usually I just, well, it just hasn't happened. But now I've seen it. I have 3 of these suckers. Only 3. It's fine, like whatever. But I'll either sell it and make a tiny loss of like $50 or something, or I'll decide after the video what the hell I'm going to do with that, because it's quite a liquid market. There's lots of sales on this gold pass. Ultimately, this is what happened. So this gives you 3 mints of this upcoming Settlers roadmap. It gives you a real estate, land or home. It gives you a dealer, like a character, and a vehicle. Okay, and there's 2 others that are like the silver and bronze, and as you can guess, the silver and bronze will give you less. Gold, silver gives you everything but the vehicle, and then that gives you just like the land or something. And so you can see this. Now, obviously, when I'm researching a project, I've done my research, I've gone onto the website, I've, you know, looked at the roadmap. I really like, I don't know, I just like the kind of gaming aspect. It reminds me a bit of, what's that called, like, what is that Xbox game that's like a zombie thing? I might remember it. Like, not Left 4 Dead, but there's like a zombie game. State of Decay, that's the one. It's kind of like a free game, or cheap, and you can go around and build bases and loot and zombie kind of style. It's not exactly zombies, but you kind of get what I mean. And it's, for me, it's quite, I just enjoy that kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get one. The volume's really, really good. I researched the projects, blah, blah, blah. And we got so I joined a Discord. I got a Discord. It was Discord hacked. So their Discord got hacked. Now, normally, if you join a Discord for whatever you're joining, okay, whatever project you want, you'll get all of these pop-ups trying to scam you, like this. Hate Beast announcement. So it's, you know, it looks like it's come from them. It will say, you know, we've got this is a fake, and it would look, you know, this is, you know, it looks semi-legit. Like there's no reason why you think it's not, but this is not real. This is just an account that someone's created and basically just copied all of this and posted it to me. And lots of people go, oh my god, like I can't believe it. Like it's, yes, let's go, and they go and buy. And the website will look legit. Everything will look normal. But the actual website will be different, or there'll be something incorrect. Maybe it's Hate Beasts, for example, and they just miss off the S, or it could be .net, .org, .xyz. You know, you don't know what the actual website is. And you can see I've got like, wow, look how many Hate Beasts I got here. Same thing here. Lukey Boy, long time wait, Hate Beasts, 888. You know, these are all scams. I should turn all this off, but I just haven't got around to it. And they just copied a picture. You know, Galaxy Egg update. Oh, that's actually probably real. But you get all these, yeah. But the actual communities are the obvious ones because they look different. They have like all this, but obviously these up here are just like communications to me, like an instant message. Now, this is what happened. So I wanted to get into this Discord for a while. It's finally given me access, and I could not get access. So I like to go into Discord and read all of the different tabs, check the links, just so I'm aware of what they are. Like, is it unusual? Is it some funky link, you know, for like future? Just so I got it in the back of my mind. But I couldn't. I bought some of these, like I said, but I could not get verified. I tried from yesterday morning to get verified, and it just gave me these 3 tabs and transmission, and there was none of these at all. And so I could not go in and start reading, you know, all of the information that I really need to, you know, roadmap, looking at this, watching the video. There is information on the website, of course, and there is enough on Twitter and the website for me to get a good value and evaluation on what I want to do. But the last step is always looking at Discord, and it was locked for people that didn't own it. I then got ownership, but it still didn't let me because apparently there's an issue with verifying. So I was kind of in the dark a little bit. And you can see here, there's, you know, what I'm going to do is if I go to, I want to try to find that person. Transmissions maybe? Nope. General. If we go to something, create ticket links, there's basically, maybe it was this guy. We're trying to find out. What happened is there was a group that appeared, maybe it was transmissions actually. It appeared because anyone can, if someone hacks this Discord, they can create like any of a new tab. Yeah, they can just create a new tab, and I'm pretty sure it was under transmissions. Let me see if we can find it, the picture. You can't see it on there, but basically I saw this, and it was under one of the tabs like this. I was like, because I was trying to get access all day, so every so often I was coming back and I was re-verifying myself, and I was like, you know, are they giving me access to what happens? Once you get access, you get all these pop up, and so I can start looking through them, and you know, but one popped up and I was like, oh, okay, well, what is it? And I went on, and you can see here, this guy's called Cat, so I don't think I can see his name, annoyingly. Maybe on some of the other pictures we can, but this popped up, and it sounds, you know, the final pass is the Diamond Shuffle pass. This is the link, mint price, and basically it allows you to redeem 6 NFTs, 2 of each. Now it sounds a little unusual, but then it's not. But I've seen worse I've seen more unusual things in NFTs that have been legit, where things get changed, you know, different things happen. And if you actually look on here, I had 2 of these, but if I bought 1 of those, it would be the equivalent of 2 of these. So in theory, you could sell your 2 of these and just keep that 1. So that was my like thought process. And then I thought, well, you know, so I did have my thoughts. I was thinking, well, yeah, that sounds fair enough. And actually, the way it looked is like, because you can't get into this Discord without being an early adopter. So you had to have gotten a long time ago because it's been locked, or if you own an NFT. So in my mind, it was like, well, because it's being locked, you know, no random person can just come in and mint. So it's kind of a mint offering for people who have been around in the project for a long time. Yeah, like a final, you know, mint. And then I checked the name on here, and it was matching the name of a person in their Discord that's posting. I can't see it now. I'm not sure where I exactly look because it's given me all these new options, so I'm kind of lost where I was. And I was just double checking, and I was like, okay, cool. The next thing that happened, let's just jump back to that picture. Where is it? Oh my goodness, Luke, come on, you can bet this. So it basically just says you can do that, and I was like, well, I could quickly mint this and sell my other 2 and make a bit, you know, and that's the same thing, but I can make a saving. And I did think it was weird because I was like, you're kind of diluting the value of owning more than one of these. But in my mind as well, if you're creating a game, that want people to play, you don't want one person holding tons of these. You want to be splitting these across the community because you want more engagement and you want more long-term longevity in a project because you want more people playing the game. You see, so that's the only annoying thing. I'm like going into the complexities of the thinking process, trying to evaluate, and even though really I should have kept it simple and gone, well, that's stupid because then this price does not value, and then you're kind of hindering your own project by making this less valuable. But I started going into detail, like I always do that. I always used to at like job interviews. I go into such complexities for like the most simple question that my answer would be completely ridiculous because I would start, adding all these random thought processes to it. Spend half an hour thinking about like, why do you like the color blue or something, And so I kind of realized it was a scam after a little bit of a while. Yeah, so this Katsu person here, is that it? Yeah. So this, then this pops up. Katsu, can we see anything? Yeah. See, you see this? This is the person that is in the community, and it's from them. Now, yes, you can see that the logo and the name is different, but the issue is that because I wasn't allowed access into Discord earlier, I could not see this. I could not see what it looked like before because I couldn't do anything, and so I had a little bit of hidden information where I would have spent a couple of hours in here over a day or two. Figuring things out, reading it, looking at who the main people are and all that kind of thing. And I all I could see was I could link up the name to a person who had been posting before in the section, in the transmission section. And so I was like, oh, it is that person. And someone's account can get hacked, of course it could. But I started trying to figure out, what's going on. So then, anyway, carrying on, it said the mint is closed. That was the person's name. Then I started realizing it was a scam when like it started to be popping up many times. The same thing was popping up, like they were spamming the. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So see here, Kruger PPA. So it's another name. There's another name in this. Can we find that person? I swear I think they might have even hacked that. Why can't I see it now? Interesting. So let's go to general. Let's see if we can find that person. Because what I saw, I remember this yesterday. Do I have a pass holders roadmap? The team. Here we go. See here? It says the chairman, Kruger PPA. Yeah. This is the main guy. Yeah. The main whoever. And this name, now this is even more, compelling. It matches. It wasn't that one. This. So his account got hacked. Yeah, I thought the other one looked a bit suspicious. Like I was like, well, wouldn't I have noticed? But maybe I wouldn't have. At the time, you have trying to act quickly. But you can see here, this is the guy. So the main guy's account got hacked, and he's getting posted from him. So I was looking in the information that I could look at. I didn't have a lot. I think I went into here. Yeah. So I had access to rules. I had access to. Well, I couldn't see that, but I could see in here, and I could see in transmissions at the time. They look like they've gone and added this new because it's only brand new from yesterday. I think they went and like deleted stuff to obviously sort out the Discord because it got hacked. But you can see here, and his name popped up here. It's gone now for some reason. I don't know where it is. As the chairman, I was looking yesterday, and so that was a good enough, reason for me. But the thing is, I never ever saw historically what this guy, how much activity does he has. Is he usually the guy that posts about when the mint happens, or is it someone else? But I could not have any. I had no information about that because I couldn't get access. So that was a bit annoying. That I probably would have not done it if I just had a bit more understanding of the project, but I wasn't allowed in, and that's a bit of a downfall for the project because I get why they lock it, but you want to be able to research as much information as possible before buying something, and there's 80, 50, 60, 70% of the information is in here. You want to look at the community. How is it responding? What is the community like? You can't do that, and that's probably the negative side of locking a Discord. Anyway, we're going to move on to what the website looked like. Now, this is what the website looked like. One, I'll give you the obvious red flags. 200 in this looks pretty low, but not impossible. I've seen worse. That's the thing. I've seen worse. Anyone can obviously copy a website. Fine, fair enough. I get that. Obviously, the website is different Now, this is my thought process. So join the ppa.art, the actual website's .com. Yeah. But the problem is, I was like, how would I do it? If I wanted to hide a mint from the general public, I would not have it on the main website. See, I would not have it on here, because then anyone could just come in and start minting, and then that devalues the exclusivity of having a locked Discord. You see, so I'm going through all these thought processes, because what's the point of having it locked if people outside can just come in and do it anyway? So that's where you have value created by owning, being early in the project, or owning something. Yeah. And so I was like, well, in theory, I would do the same. Yeah, you could have a / secret mint, but it's still on the website and it's more easier to find. Like, or you could just put it, I don't know, you get what I mean. So I was like, well, there's no reason why I wouldn't do. I've moved my domains around before from my Amazon side of things, just to change, different things had different stuff. And so I was like, well, that's not unusual. I was more looking at the name of the person who did it, and that was my verification, pretty much. Like the ultimate, I wouldn't just go onto a random link that someone sent me, a random person. I actually saw it was this guy. And so, yeah, and I thought, okay, and ultimately I was like, well, I really want to try to get it, because if I can buy 2 for this and sell my other 2 and basically get the same thing and get more Ethereum back for me. And I was like, well, it's not 1 Ethereum or anything crazy where it's a bit more risky. So I kind of went with it. Yeah, we went through that one. Okay, so that's all the pictures and a couple of other things, just so you can sort of see. If I had access to this, I would have known that was it. For example, you could have gone into the road, because the roadmap is not very good. As in, it's good, but the way it's presented for me is not as easy to understand, in my opinion. So I didn't know if there was potentially another final mint pass or not, because I couldn't get in here to actually, if you spend enough time in the general Discord, you are going to see that people ask, oh, is there any more mint passes coming up? And everyone's going to say, no. Like the same questions get repeated all the time, just like with Amazon World, the same questions get repeated. And so it's like, I would have known at least enough not to have done it, even if I didn't know 100%. Like, it would have been worth not doing it or waiting. But again, yes, I did understand that the website was different. And the final thing that should have made me question it, and again, because I'd already accepted that it could be a scam, but I'm willing to take the risk. That's actually what I thought at the time. From the data points I could figure out, I was like, there is some risk to this, because I have seen some anomalies, like with the website and stuff. But it's not a huge amount of Ethereum in my mind. Other people's mind, it might be a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it. But the final thing was when you go ahead and mint. So when you go onto that website and you go mint, and it pops up with your wallet, when it pops up with your wallet, there is a gas fee when you mint. It was $13. Now, looking at it later on Twitter, people are saying, oh, basically it wasn't a mint. All you were doing is transferring money to a wallet. So it was masking that button that you clicked that said mint before. I think I just got rid of it, didn't I? That said mint before was actually just a link to open up, basically to send money to a wallet. That's it. It just made it look like you were minting, but you're actually opening up a link to send Ethereum to someone. And the cost to send that Ethereum on a transfer is usually around like $13 to $20. And 13 on a chill day, and obviously 20, 22, whatever on a bit more of a gas pump day when it's a bit more expensive. And that is not how much it would cost to mint. If you were minting, it would cost 0.3. You might pay 0.05. You might pay like $100 and something dollars. 70 minimum, 69 minimum, not 13. And that is probably the most important thing to actually take away from it, in terms of knowing if you're actually going to mint something or if you're just transferring, is the value of your gas transfer. The gas, that's an indicator to say that you're transferring something and you're not minting. So actually now I've learned that if I ever see that came up again, even if I thought it was the best project in the world and I'm like, yes, I'm going to mint this, that would make me go, well, that's a red flag, because it's not that cheap to mint something, and so therefore it's not real. That's it. In theory. Obviously, there was a lot of obvious other things that you could add it up, but the way that I saw it is I was like, well, I would do that potentially. I would do that. I was just trying to work out, like, why would you do that? And then I thought, okay, let's go ahead and buy it. And so ultimately, yeah, I got scammed, but I also did evaluate it in my only way I could, and I've never really experienced a scam like that. But now I have. I'm aware of it, and I'm like, right, okay, what am I gonna, in the future, what am I gonna do? And so sometimes you have to experience it. The only scam you don't want to experience, because then you will definitely be screwed, is going to something like OpenSea, but by going to Google, because basically someone in the community got scammed. Now, let's see if we can actually do it. This is OpenSea.io, but some people end up going to, I mean, it's not, there's no actual others, but they end up finding like a advertised website, where it says advertise, and they end up clicking OpenSea, and the link could be like OpenSea.xyz, OpenSea.com. It very much could be at OpenSea.com, and it looks exactly the same. You then log in to that platform, that web page, and when you're logging in, it's basically just recording all of your information, like everything, your passwords and that. And then what they do is then they just log in onto your on the OpenSea account, on the proper OpenSea website. They just log in, and then they either sell everything or they just transfer everything out to themselves. And then you log back in later to the proper OpenSea and everything's gone. Now, the only way to get around that is to have a Ledger Nano. This thing. No, that's not where the camera is down. It is over this thing. And then basically you connect it to your computer, and then you have a hardware wallet connected to your stuff. See, it says hardware here. It basically means if someone logged in to my account on OpenSea with my password and stuff, and they wanted to like sell something or transfer it, it would basically ask me to verify it on my ledger, and it wouldn't allow you to do it. It just wouldn't allow you. And even if your account's compromised, and if you still got all of your details and everything, you can still recover, and no one can actually transfer your assets out or sell them or whatever they want to do. So like it's like a extra security. So the only annoying thing is that you have to obviously connect this and type in the password and link it up and everything to either every time you want to sell something or buy something. But it basically just means that you're not going to eventually get scammed for like 21 grand. I don't know if I actually said, but yeah, the guy that we knew got scammed for 21 grand. Basically all of everything that was in there. And so 0.3 is kind of nothing compared to what the scams could be out there. And so that's pretty much everything. And I think I've covered everything on that. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video there, everyone. Hopefully it's going to help you in the future just be a bit more aware, because I've never actually seen a direct scam in Discord. I have seen scams in, say, general, people posting links to things. That's going to be scams. So even if they act like a real cool person in the Discord and they're like, oh mate, yeah, try this website, could be a scam. Yeah, but I've never seen it as like as a general like like see here, these are announcements. Imagine like casual conversation, and then there's a couple of messages saying, oh guys, we're launching a stealth mint for all previous holders and OGs, meaning like old school people that have been in this, for a special limited, yeah, it might sound a bit fishy, but that isn't something unusual. I could see why I could potentially do that if I owned like a project, because I'm like, well, I want to give the people that have been here the longest something back, and also an incentive to continuously promote the projects and all that kind of thing. It's just when it was from the direct guy and everything, this guy that it's kind of obviously really it's like, how did that get hacked? Who knows? But that's probably one of the harder ones to see, because they can just sneak in information within real conversation, like within real sort of conversation trails here, and it's going to be very difficult as long as it's worded. And it was the one I had was worded very, very good. No like spelling mistakes and all that kind of obvious shit. And so yeah, that was just something that happened. Fair enough. Move on. Who cares? It's going to happen probably at some point. The only thing you don't want to happen is the account compromise. So that's why I get a Ledger Nano S, a Ledger Nano X. If you want to like I think there's some offers going around. So if you want me to like post some discounts or something, I'll need to check what it is. I haven't even looked into it, but I know that people have mentioned that there are some going around. Then let me know and I can send a link or something. Start some affiliate commission going on. Yay, so yeah, I can leave the video there. Questions, let me know. Anything you want me to clarify on whatever I've shown you, because maybe you're confused, let me know as well. And yeah, hopefully you have a good day and don't get scammed, don't get screwed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.